He was nice and deliberate there. We had a little bit of a delay. We're ready to go. Baseball on a Tuesday afternoon, and Jose Quintana, you.
Again, these hitters hate to be rushed, and some of them feel that way.
Tucker slams one in the air to right center field. Arcana will call off DJ Stewart for the first out of this game. Trip, Alex Bregman, Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, bunch of regulars. That's on the ground at fair, inside that new bigger bag at third base. New Mets left fielder Tommy Pham will track it down, and Jake Myers with a nice little data point for his center field audition, a one-out double.
To figure out how to make that adjustment.
Quintana throws it with 2 on the timer here, and it is ball 4. So McCormick and Myers both reach base in the first. 6 slugging, a .354 on base career. That'll get you some RBIs. That's in the air to left from Abreu. Hooking down the line. This ball is fair and to the wall, and Dusty's going to be happy. There's a ribby for Jose Abreu. Nobody's guarding second base. There are about 3 Mets over at third. So a teaching point there for Buck Showalter, and a run-scoring double for Jose Abreu to put the Astros on the board.
Jose Abreu.
That ball's cracked to right center field by Corey Lee. This is going to bring in at least 1, and it'll be 2 with Abreu trailing McCormick. Third double of the inning for Houston. Corey Lee in a battle for the backup catcher spot. Took a Quintana curveball out to right center, and it's 3-0.
Really impressive.
A ground ball to the third baseman, Eduardo Escobar. And behind the play, Lee will take third on out number 2.
In 7 minutes.
Into center field from Hensley with some distance, with some power, and way up off the batter's out. A towering blast for David Hensley, who's in a spring battle to try to get on the roster as a utility player, and maybe more than that. 5-0 Houston, an explosive first inning. Is going to knock out Jose Quintana after 30 pitches and 2 outs.
It's a beautiful swing, too, sitting back on the curveball. We saw that with Corey Lee in the double going opposite field. But being able to recognize that pitch, stay back, the weight on that back leg, driving it so hard to center field, 100 miles an hour off the bat.
Give him a 5th-round pick a couple of years ago, trying to work himself into that bench mix. And he'll pop it up. On the infield, Lindor calls off McNeil, and Francisco Lindor will finally end the top of the first inning. Garcia will be working with a drastically reworked delivery. His old delivery, known as the Rock the Baby, is no longer legal under a stricter enforcement of illegal pitches. That looks like a more normal windup as Garcia throws a strike to Tommy Pham. We'll have that delivery for you momentarily.
On in between pitches, game time. Get back in the box within 8 seconds.
New windup. Same old Luis Garcia strikes out Pham on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the National League.
And McNeil is the key guy in the lineup.
Third base side for Rylan Bannon, and the key guy in the lineup is out. 1 pitch in.
As I was saying, being a .326 hitter.
I'm offended that you would think I don't.
Katia, Francisco's wife.
Into center field. Beautiful swing by Lindor. There's some talent on all sides of this family. A 2-out single for the Mets shortstop.
That's what I love about Francisco. But a lot of hitters that tend to get themselves in trouble.
And Alonso down swinging. Garcia gets him with a breaking ball.
The bigger bases, has that been an adjustment in any time this spring?
No, not really. I mean, I know I have to slide a little further out if I'm trying to go across the. Wow.
I think we just had a strike violation on Yadier Diaz.
He was not ready. Well, we got 1 out.
Hey, congratulations. You really played your part in that, Francisco.
Yeah, I did it.
For folks that don't know, a batter has to be in the box and alert to the pitcher with 8 seconds to go, or you get a strike. You can.
It doesn't really affect me. Get up. Get up.
Couldn't get quite up enough.
Nah.
Your teammate Eduardo Escobar base hit for Kyle Tucker.
It don't help that me and him are stuck to the ground. Too short.
Hey, Francisco.
That's not my game. Up! Hey! Stay. No tag. You're good.
Francisco switching gears a little.
In a couple of days, and then God knows what color he's going to be after. It's like a mood ring. He changes colors depending how I wake up. Nice play.
G.J. Stewart in right field. Hey, Francisco, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck in the World Baseball Classic.
Thank you. That's going to be sick.
All right, here it is. So a batter has to be alert to the pitcher and in the box with 8 seconds on the pitch timer. There's 8 seconds. Yainer Diaz not in the box fully. Not alert to the pitcher.
Not even close. The eyes have to be looking at the pitcher, and he wasn't even close on that one.
Meanwhile, Garcia with his third strikeout, a changeup to get Vogelbach.
No choice but to meet.
Garcia better hurry here. He got it off with 1 second on the timer. And he hurried in time to strike out Canha. That's 4 for Luis Garcia with that good-looking new simplified windup.
I mean, this is early in spring training. The guys are getting used to it, especially the hitters. And we talked about that early on. See the last out of the inning. Continue that conversation, but it's definitely something I think the hitters are going to have to adjust to more than the pitchers.
Times in New York early in his career, and when you come through that, stepping through. When you, sorry guys.
That was good play-by-play.
No.
You're on top of it. 2 strikes here, Diaz to Corey Lee. And a swinging strikeout from Edwin Diaz. 2 quick ones in the third. You said yesterday, Buck.
Except they're getting ready for their countries. It's very important to them. I know what it means to them. And, you know, it's one of those things you make the adjustments. And we can do that instead of what we've had to do. But
Narvaez throws down to second, and Rylan Bannon with a stolen base.
But you know, it's things you're ever going to do in your life is be a good husband and be a good father, and but it's the most rewarding if you can hang through it.
Wow.
Look, those are beautiful words to end the half inning.
So I said, hey, man, how'd you get my number? He goes, like I said, I'm the president.
5-pitch walk to Omar Narvaez. Austin Davis, the new pitcher.
I can't hear that, but I mean, how cool is it that your 23-year-old son wants to room with Pops?
Yeah, that's
spring training.
Oh, it's real cool because, well, that ball's trouble. Come on. Oh, good play. And, you know, I thought it was cool because as much as I love my dad, I don't know if I could room with my dad. My feet are in the big league, so hopefully he'll learn that at a young age. Oh, lane ball. Oh, no. Get one.
And David Hensley does on Tommy Pham. Hey, there's been a lot of talk about the new rules this offseason.
As far as you got like a 210 average that's on there for life.
Toward the middle, that is caught by Hensley. Didn't need to shift to get to it. Hey, thanks, Dusty. Always great to talk to you.
Thank you, Dusty.
Thanks, Dusty.
Later.
Rayleigh, so many. David Robertson, new guys that they've added.
Vito Burns, Shea Whitcomb for a strikeout. 2. Ottavino for Diaz. And a chop to Francisco Lindor.
Happen in a regular season game. It can't happen in a postseason game or a World Series game. Get it out of our system now.
And a right center for Kyle Tucker. A 2-for-3 day for Tucker. One of the few Astros regulars to make the trip here in the leadoff spot. Tucker would get to second. There goes Tucker on a 2-2, and he'll have an easy stolen base here on a wayward slider. And Tucker's going to go all the way to third, and he'll make it there safely. And Myers takes ball 4.
But Kevin, let's make
Multiverse of baseball strategies opened up.
Loopholes and that everyone's going to find.
And that's why in the 43 years I've covered baseball, this has brought the old guy me in to defend the greatest player of all time. So I have to say, no, you wouldn't strike him out every time. Sorry.
They got Jose Abreu to ground out. I'll have to settle for that for now. But played nearly every game for a Mets team that won 101 games. Tim, you think could be even better this season as Lindor takes a walk?
Yeah, and at least 175 innings in a season. It's been 10 years. It's been.
Here goes Lindor. He is safe at second, and the ball kicks away. He's going to hold right there. Show off the beautiful mane of hair, and Francisco's got a steal.
Part because he said it's a much steeper mound here than it is in Japan.
Well, Alonso nearly got hit again, and it just nicked the bat, according to Edwin Moscoso, for foul ball. Or no, did he swing through it? And I've seen the natural many, many times. I won't have this character assassination for you. I can't play music. I don't watch movies.
And the play-by-play guy.
Excuse me, I can use some coffee. Are you busy?
On the ground at short from Canna, and Hensley will throw him out.
Talked to you. So I was like, really? I actually thought I was going to get a shot at the Detroit job in the fall when that opened up, but it didn't happen. So I'm very happy to be here in Houston. Yeah, so when Jim Crane came out, when he came for me in Atlanta, one of the things we talked about when I came in for the interview was for swings, especially him.
Yeah.
I mean, he hits the ball extremely hard. He takes a ton of swings. And so, sometimes you just have to lay off, as in, the one the other day to end the game. Those are going to be tough things to deal with.
Dana, a great pleasure to have you with us.
He's got a smile on his face 24 hours a day, which is just him, which is why he's such a great guy in the clubhouse. When he played for the Diamondbacks, he slides only when necessary, because he indeed knows there are some issues in that lower leg.
Second walk of the game for Narvaez. And he'll drive one the other way to left center. Myers will watch it go off the wall and play it on a hop. A run-scoring double for the first-year Met, DJ Stewart, to put New York on the board.
Football with Tommy Pham either. He might get punched in the face.
Just chuckling by himself. There was someone talking to us.
It's a really hard job, and it got a whole lot harder this spring.
2 strikes on McNeil to the left side and grab by the third baseman Bannon. Throw out McNeil. Narvaez is in, and the Mets have a multi-run fifth.
Come across, and you're getting another run on the board.
Lindor rips one into right field for a base hit. Stewart gets the wave around third, and Francisco Lindor's bat is hot. 2 well-struck singles to go along with a walk, and add on to now a 3-run New York fifth. Lindor on the run on 3-2, and Alonso takes ball 4. So this big inning continues for the Mets.
Once you step back in, your timeout is over.
And Vogelbach down, swinging on 2-2. Good sweeping breaking ball from Devin Kahn, former 19th round pick.
Does that affect you at all as an outfielder when the shift is being done, changed in the infield?
As a fielder?
Yes.
No. I mean,
taking the lead on that?
Maybe. I'm not. No. I'll let that be decided by some of the older guys.
You stole 25 bases last year. Now we have bigger bases and we have disengagement rules.
But it's like the third one, if you're safe, it's a balk and you just go second. So I'm sure that they don't want to, have that happen, and you can probably get a bigger lead and get a better jump that way. But we'll see how it goes.
If not, who was the coolest person that reached out to you? All three?
All 3, of course.
No, he's got a different contact list than I do, but those are pretty cool, additions that, reach out to him. Pretty special. Really, just for me, it's a bunch of family and friends, which.
Field. The batter's eye in center field used to be light blue and much smaller than that. Now it's black. It's better for the hitters.
It's toward the middle from Canna, and he is thrown out. No shift, but Astros second baseman would come about as close as you can be to the bag to get out number 1.
The skill of it, actually.
In the air to left from Escobar. Justin Dearden, the new left fielder, for out number 2. Eduardo Escobar, 3 plate appearances today, 1 with a walk.
Number 1 reason why the shift rule was made.
Strikeout of Nick Meyer. 4 batters faced, 4 retired by Devin Kahn out of the Houston bullpen.
him as a mentor, but this is someone that within the Mets organization they are very excited about.
And they love Brett Beatty, of course. He had a 450-foot homer the other day in spring training, and one scout told me it went at least spring training because he lives with his mom.
Nothing beats mom's cooking.
Sure.
Cesar Salazar with a 5-pitch walk for Houston here in the 7th.
Loves dearly, says, "Why, you're not ready." Thanks, Dad.
I'm really good about myself.
Wagner fouls out to the left side, one away. The third baseman. And we've had 2 pickoff throws here. And we're not going to have a third because Sandel lifts one into center field.
Talk about go up and get it. I mean, that was 94 at your chin.
It may not be enough sometimes.
No.
Kessinger takes ball 4. So Wagner and a Kessinger bat in the inning for Houston, and the Astros.
Buck was the manager of the Orioles.
82 first ends the inning. Can you do it now or you want to save it?
I'll save it.
Sumo roll, which was a bunch of different fish and I think asparagus and some masago sprinkled on top. And then a matsuzaka, he told me. He said that was recommended to him from Daisuke, and then he passed it along to me. So I was, figured I was in good hands coming from a couple Japanese guys with some sushi in one place. I made some trips this offseason to San Francisco and New York, and we ate well there.
Can you read this and give me some feedback? Like, if I could get the early release, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah, a sneak peek.
Please.
Yeah, I think, people always ask me timeout, and he charged me with a timeout.
It's into center from Jordan Brewer. Well struck and off the batter's eye. Jordan Brewer off the Astros bench with Houston's second home run to the batter's eye today, and it's 6-3.
Well, Mark, if I may, the umpire was absolutely correct on that. And this is another adjustment you hitters have to make. Some of you reflexively get in the box, put your hand to the umpire and say, "Give me a second." That is a timeout call. So you have to get used to that also, correct?
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's what I asked Larry Vanover about it as soon as the at-bat was over, and he said the same thing. He said, you gotta kind of keep an eye on it just to see how everything plays out. It's more of a process of getting used to. I had no idea what was going on, but for about 2 weeks leading up to the start of camp, I was like having stomach pain. Whenever I ate, my stomach would hurt afterwards.
So how do you explain getting hit all the time? And it's a good thing because you're on base, but a lot of people don't like to get hit, and I know you don't like it, but it works to your advantage, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, is
that your goal this year, Mark?
No. I mean, 28 or whatever I had last year felt like an awful lot.
So fly ball, Cesar Salazar off T.J. McFarland, and a couple of home runs in the inning for Houston as Salazar launches one up toward right field. And it is 8-3 on the Astros' third long ball of the game.
Mark, how would you describe your relationship and your communication with Buck Showalter? Because it's my feeling you two have a lot in common. Am I right about that?
I think we just kind of understand each other. I think Buck understands people really well. And, you think you know everything, but you realize you don't.
Mark, it's great to talk to you. Good luck this year. We're glad that you're feeling physically better. And we'll see Brett Beatty and a couple of batters, Mark Vientos. This is where it can get really exciting for fans to get a glimpse of the future, as Mauricio will not launch one here. He'll just take a walk.
A major league game. Got hit in the minor leagues all the time. How can that be that this guy's been hit?
Oh, wow.
No way.
Oh, my gosh.
Are you kidding?
Wait.
Of course they're not kidding. It's Tim LaCastro. He's a ball magnet. Thought he could go even higher, maybe crack the top 5. Mets were very excited to get him 11. He'll go down swinging here against Tyler Brown.
Like Alvarez, he has light tower power.
Careful. I don't know what the crew can dig up in the next 24 hours. Beatty, center field. There's a base hit. Muscled by the young Brett Beatty. Perhaps the Mets' third baseman of the future, and he's a run producer of the present.
Again, just another beautiful swing by Brett Beatty. So the A's took 100 players to camp, and they had a player wear number 100 in camp. 100.
The reverse Eddie Gaedel. Ramirez to center, 2 down.
I love it because everyone's just ready to go. It's the pitchers catching the ball, getting the sign, getting into their windup and pitching. Batters in the batter's box, looking at the pitcher, getting ready to hit. It's a two-way of a player when they're in the game, like Lindor was able to give to us.
New hitter is Christian Gonzalez into center field, and there you see eventually fluid path from Alex Ramirez, a 20-year-old center fielder.
Kessinger was not the last player manager. Willie Weinbaum, my friend, sent me a text saying Pete Rose was the last player manager, so I stand corrected.
Last in the American League.
Right. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
Right.
By the way, we've hit the 3-hour mark in this game. On a ground ball to short. Mauricio makes a nice play. Now let's see if the young Mets have a comeback in their bats.
That's great.
So the Orioles catcher, whoever it was in the 9th inning, went full Sandlot, called balls and strikes.
Which usually never ends well.
Everything's a strike as Lorenzo Cedrola flies out to left. Alonzo Vogelback, Canna. And a strikeout of Vientos brings us at the doorstep here in this 9th inning. About 25 minutes. That's the goal for Major League Baseball. That ball is belted by Jonathan Arauz. And Arauz will hold at first with a sharp 2-out single. Trying to keep the Mets alive on this Tuesday afternoon. And Mauricio will flare one out to right field, and this spring training game is over. Houston leads it wire to wire, a 5-run top of the first inning. 3 hours, 9 minutes for yet another edition of Pitch Timer Baseball in 2023, and the Astros win it.
That was fun, guys.
Let's do it again tomorrow. What do you say?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Can we bring Dusty a Buck with us?
Yeah. Nationals, Yankees.
Why not? Mr. used to manage the Nats, but used to manage the Yankees. Like old times. Coming up next, NFL Live after the Astros win it 8-4.